Hey, my name's Sean and I'm going to show you guys how to make a homemade snare drum. Alright, first of all, you're going to go to Food Lion, Walmart, whatever, doesn't matter. And you're going to buy ice cream, or at least an ice cream container, whatever you want. This happens to be, you can get it at Food Lion, whatever, a 4 quarts tub of ice cream. And what I've got in here are basically just pellets. Like soft air pellets out of pellet guns. Not even like BBs. They're not metal, they're plastic. See, check her out. They're just pellets. Right? You're just gonna put some in there. These I think I bought from Walmart. These are actually Crossman soft air. But you're gonna put a few of them, and don't put too many in there or it won't sound right. Well, at least I don't think so. But put that in there, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna get some newspaper. Like some backed up newspaper, doesn't matter really. You know, like what I'm using right now is the Sunday Journal. Doesn't matter, it's just something cool. Put that in there, kind of pack it down. Just kind of have some papers, kind of pack it pretty much full, but make it kind of fluffy. Kind of put it down in there. Pack on there, you know, you can rip it if you want, you know, kind of helps. But it doesn't really matter if you do this before or after. But what you're going to do is you're going to poke holes in the side. I'm using actually a flathead screwdriver. And I've already done this. I'm poking holes right in the side of the container. And directly across from this hole, there's a hole, another one right here. Just make it with a screwdriver, doesn't matter. Kind of round it out a little bit on both sides. Make it pretty big, but not that big. You're going to take your lid, which I already have made, and you can see this was my last one. I broke through it. I've hit this pretty hard. I actually, you know, anytime I walked into my room or something, I took my drumsticks for about 3 weeks straight and I just beat it up. Just, you know, I've actually busted a hole in it. I hit it after it broke a little bit some more just to show. You know, the tape actually does protect your lid. And then again, this is a 4 quarts lid. But, get that. I mean, you can see, pretty crazy. But, this is my new lid, because I bought ice cream. And I've took masking tape. Just regular old painter tape. This is actually Scotch. Yeah. Just blue painter tape, you know, doesn't matter. You can pretty much use whatever tape you want. Electrical tape kind of does give you a different kind of sound. Gives you more of a knocking sound than kind of a snare sound. So it depends on what you like. And make sure you put the lid on, you kind of bend it up a little bit, kind of flex it, kind of tunes it a little bit, if you know what I mean. Make sure our newspaper's in there, just put your lid on. Sometimes that does happen. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your tape, basically, and you're going to take it off and you're making X with it. So you basically almost cover the whole thing. I'm not sure how many times I actually covered it. But just kind of make sure it kind of looks like a big spider web like this. And you just lash it down. Tear down. Tear that down. Just kind of go all the way around with it. And what we're going to do to make sure when we're hitting it, or beating on it anyway, that tape stays down, so we're going to take our masking tape, wherever the end of this thing is. There it is. And we're just going to make a big long strand with it. Nice and long, right? We're going to take it. We're just going to wrap around all the other tape pieces. Because when you hit it, the thing folds down, which pulls the tape off the snare. Now, depending on this really matters on how hard you hit. If you don't hit hard, and you really don't have to worry about this if you have fresh tape on there. So just kind of wrap around. Kind of make sure it's all tight. And basically, essentially what you've got is a snare drum. And I'm going to take my drumsticks. These aren't a head drumsticks. These are Rock Band drumsticks that I got bored. I just took like black electrical tape and just kind of wrapped around them. And the red's the same thing, it's just different color, it's red. But you can see, you hold it up. It's pretty strong. I mean, I'll hit it as hard as I can. Now you can take a look. It didn't even phase the tape. It is completely smooth. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I mean, you can take a beating to this thing. You know, depending on what sound you like, you can take it to the other side. Gives you more of a knock. Whether you use this side. That gives you more of the snare sound. But don't put too many beads in it. But if you want to get this exact sound, I'm not sure, I didn't really count how many I put it in there. But don't put too many beads or you'll hit it and you'll have a lot of after rattle. If you know what I mean. You know, you hit it and then you still hear rattle trying to settle down 2 or 3 beats later. But you see it's pretty strong. And what I really like about this when I did this was the sensitivity of it. I mean, you know, you can, or I'll go from top to bottom and show you. Kind of a fail snare roll there, but that is my basically homemade snare drum. This is actually from Food Lion. You know, we just buy ice cream all the time, so that's what we do. You know, I just, you know, my mom gives me the lids and go, here you go, and they actually, you know, last a long time depending on how hard you hit them. But I guess the real main point, I don't know. I mean, the lids do come back off. They are replaceable, you know. You beat on this part, it'll be fine. You know, it's basically like a real snare. You know, the case and stuff is fine. Just when this breaks a hole or wears out or whatever, it's tape. It comes back off, redo it, put some more tape on it, and then you have your snare drum. I mean, this is more of a practice drum than anything, but whatever you guys like, whatever you want to do, is make sure you poke the holes in the side. Make sure they're pretty big, and don't do that like I just did. Kind of make sure you don't put any tape over the holes. But there you go. Homemade snare drum. Rock on.